Long Haul Larry, Big Blue. We are actually in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. It is January 15th, 2020. Kind of skipped a few days, guys. Got pretty upset, pretty worked up about something. I actually did record about this, and I listened to it back, and then, yeah, I don't want to put that out. I just had a lot of negative energy going on at the moment. That's not what I want. My life is negative energy and stuff, and I've kind of changed things around, trying to, since kind of started my life over after divorce and everything, and you know, things ain't working out well. We'll just always try it over again tomorrow. It's kind of what my philosophy is now, you know. But I had something happen Sunday that really worked me up into a frenzy, and I'll get into that real quick here. First, we actually picked up a load. I delivered a load up in Pennsylvania last Sunday, and delivered that one. Everything's fine, got unloaded. I actually ran to Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, picked up a load there, ran that into Indianapolis, delivered that to Cisco, where you guys have seen me there before. And then I picked up a load just north of there at US Foods at Lebanon, and brought that up to Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin, delivered that this morning. And then I actually ended up running up north, and I stopped in on my chiropractor, got an adjustment, helped a little bit. I'm still hurting pretty good though. My neck is cranked. So I'm just gonna keep heating pad, keep ice on it, and work through this. But then we came over here to Beaver Dam and picked up a load, and I got myself 22,802 pounds. And basically it looks like deli meat and stuff. I think like deli meat and pizzas and stuff like that. And it's only 22,000 pounds. And we are headed on down to Denton, Texas. Denton, Texas. I don't know why I was trying to say Wisconsin. But we're heading to Denton, Texas. And we got ourselves 1,060 miles. Just as I started to take off, and the light changed. So what happened to me? It got me so worked up. Well, back in October, that's right, middle of October, I did this load. It was a load from hell. The broker was the worst broker I've ever dealt with in my entire life. It was terrible. And I went into this place, and I was going into it, and it was in some tight situations, and you know, and I was going by my GPS, and it was crazy. I talked about this on the video, you know, that video I was picking up the load and everything, and it was real tight getting in there, but I didn't turn my camera on going in there. I didn't think there was anything, and it was kind of late, and I was real busy with, you know, trying to get out of this place and everything, and focusing on everything else. I didn't want to focus on the cameras, whatever. I didn't even turn on the cameras. I was just focusing on trying to get out of there. And I was going in there, my GPS routed me to a 12-foot 8 bridge. And by the time I saw it, there was nothing I could do. I couldn't turn around because their city, in their ultimate wisdom, about a half mile back, the city decided to put a concrete divider down the middle of the highway, so you couldn't do a U-turn. And then you come up over at the top of this hill, and boom, there it is. And it's like, okay. And so there was one little street that you could turn on. I had no option, and I turned down the street. And I mean, it was tight. It was super tight. And I'm like, oh boy. And I went on down the street and stuff, went on down. and the street ended into another small street, and he had to turn right. And so I made the right-hand turn, and you could see there's been other trucks that had to go through there because somebody had like a chain link fence right on the corner on the house that they're right there on the corner, and the chain link fence was like all ran over and stuff and everything. And you can see it's been down for years and stuff and been run over many times, and it's like, yeah, this happens a lot of truckers. But I came around there and everything, cleared everything fine. And I was going down through there, and I mean, the car, it was so tight. I maybe had like 4 inches on each side of the truck. It was tight going through there. And just solid cars parked all down the road. So I go all down, and every time I cross over another road, I'm looking up and down the road, and I'm trying to find a way out of there. Well, then all of a sudden I come up to this intersection, I slowly roll up to it, and I look down to my left, and you could see where there were some semis. I saw a semi go down this road, the next road down. I'm like, okay, I need to get there. So I swung it as wide as I possibly could, and it was tight. It was super tight. And I swung it as wide as I could, trying to miss everything, and I came around the corner just inching really slowly, and there was this younger guy, and he was sitting out there on the corner, kind of. And when he saw me coming around there, he whips out his cell phone and starts recording me. And I was like, whatever, you know, I'm going to be on YouTube, stupidest trucker ever, you know, whatever, why is he here? And I was like, whatever. And I was coming through, and there was like a Cadillac sitting on my left, on the left part of the lane. And I was watching it, and I was just crawling around a corner. I'm watching my tandems and everything, and I just barely missed this guy. I mean, it looked like I had maybe an inch or two. But I squeaked by him and stuff. And I'm sitting there trying to make the best of it. I mean, I'm going, a quarter mile an hour, just going around here trying to keep an eye on everything. And as my tandems, I mean, this guy, he's like bent over, like videoing right at my wheels and stuff, you know, just, I don't know what he's doing. And I'm like, I ain't got time concerned with this. I gotta watch what I'm doing. And I came around the corner, and my tandems are coming up, and there was a minivan parked on the corner, on the opposite side of the corner. And as I was coming around the corner, I was following my tandems and stuff, and I was trying to see if I was going to clear. And I kept going, and I went up, and I caught within maybe an inch and a half of hitting this minivan. There was just no way I could make it around. And there was no way for me to back up and get a different bite or nothing. I couldn't move. I was stuck. So I backed up maybe 2-3 inches, whatever, so that, you know, I wasn't right up on the minivan. And I got out the truck, and the guy was sitting there recording. And I walked kind of back there towards him, and I hollered down to him. I say, "Hey, dude," I says, do you know who owns this minivan?" And some guy in the house right there in the corner is an older guy, which I think was the father of the guy who was recording. The guy who was recording is probably in his 20s. And I think it was the father was sitting up on the steps, and I heard, "Yeah, it's mine." And I turned to look up at the house, and I said, "Well, could I get you to move it?" I says, "I'm kind of stuck down here. I'm trying to get out of here." And I says, "I can't clear it." And yeah, we can do that. And then he yelled at the guy that was recording. He said, "Get up here and grab the keys." And he says, "Move it." And I just went, what? I mean, this guy that's sitting here with his camera recording this, trying to catch me hitting something, was the guy, his dad probably owned a minivan. And he's like, "Oh, yeah," and he walks up, grabs the keys from his dad or whatever, walks up there, gets in the minivan, and he pulls it up 4 or 5 feet or whatever, and I get back in the truck, and I slowly pull up, and it still wasn't quite enough, and he moved a couple more feet, and I was just able to clear it and stuff, you know. He was just not going to give me any more room than what possibly I needed. And I pulled up and I cleared them, and once I cleared the trailer and I got straightened out, I looked back there, everything was fine. I stuck my head out the window, I gave him a wave, I said thanks, and I left. That was middle of October. Sunday, on the way up to deliver the load, coming into Pennsylvania, my boss calls me, says, "Hey, do you remember where you were October or whatever date it was?" And I'm like, how in the world would I remember where I was? What are you talking about here? Well, I just got a phone call from New Jersey police. And they're saying that you did a hit and run. Oh. I went off. And he's saying the name of the town. And I'm like, I don't know. And he goes, I remember you telling me that you had some situation where you had to go down some one-lane road and your cars are so tight and you had to get somebody to move a car to get around a corner. And he said, was that a left turn? And I said, yeah. And he goes, was there a Cadillac sitting at the corner? I said, yeah, there was. He goes, they're saying that you hit the Cadillac. And I'm like, no, I didn't. And I'm like, I cleared that thing by a couple inches. And I says, and then I even got out the truck because I needed him to move because his dad owned the minivan. And his dad had to move the minivan. And I got out the truck and asked them if they could move the minivan so I could get through there. And they said, yeah, and they moved it, and I left. And I told them, thanks. I said, don't you think about what hit them? They would have said, hey, you just hit my car. You know, I didn't see the car even budge an ounce, and it looked like I cleared it by a couple inches. So, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, you know. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. And he's saying, they're saying they got video proof, and they got a couple witnesses. I said, well, the couple witnesses, I said, I told you there was a guy videoing me, and it was probably his dad. And he goes, I remember all about it and everything else. He goes, I don't know what's going on. And he goes, and I told him, I said, well, I know what's going on. I said, somebody's trying to scam you. And I says, they're trying to get some insurance money. I says, probably they've had this video and they're probably sitting there and you know, just had it on his phone or whatever. And I didn't actually hit anything. And now, you know, 2 months later, 2.5 months later, I said, no, they were probably, you know, not home or late at night or whatever, and probably another truck probably got stuck in there, and he probably hit him. And then they, you know, went around and video this guy, so they don't know who it is. So they said, well, we got this other guy in the truck coming through here. We'll just blame him. And so we're like, you know, I'm like, you're getting, you know, this is a big scam right here. And he's like, all we got to do is, he says, I'm talking to the cop. He wants information. And he's probably just going to talk to you and stuff, and we'll get this all figured out. I'm like, whatever. So then I was like, worked up furious about this. I mean, I hate people trying to scam people for money. You know, if I hit something, I am going to stop and I will take care of it. And I mean, to tell you the truth, if I would have, I don't know, bumped into the car and scraped the car or whatever, I would have went out there and said, oh, look at that, it sucks, dude. You know, well, it's a couple $100 and, you know, and a body, you know, auto body getting fixed up. Here, I'll give you $500. You know, we'll just sign this. I'll give you $500 cash. We'll call it even. You know, I would have worked something out, you know, to keep it away from insurance and stuff, and just been take care of. I always take care of this stuff. And I mean, the thing is, I was outside the truck and talking to the guy. The guy never said nothing to me. I didn't see I hit the car or nothing. Whatever. So then he had another phone call from the cop asking me the time I came through, blah, 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 and all this stuff. And so then my boss, he's saying, well, I told the cop I want him to send me the video. I want to see the video. And all this stuff. And he's tried communicating with this cop a couple times, and the cop has just dropped off the face of the earth. He's not sending a video. He's not calling back or nothing. And the cop said, well, just give me the phone number of the driver and I'll contact him. So I gave him my phone number. I haven't gotten a phone call whatsoever. I've given it a few days. I don't know. I think the boss is going to have to give me whatever phone number the cop called from. And I'm going to have to start making some inquiries and stuff, I guess. I'm trying to wait around and wait for him to contact me and due diligence and everything, but I'm not going to sit around and just let this escalate and stuff. I mean, the cop has to understand. I mean, they're saying that charging me the hit and run. I was outside the truck, and then when he calls up my boss, and my boss going, yeah, my driver told me all about this. He he told me there was a guy videoing him and all this other stuff, and he said he got through, and he said he just barely cleared a car. You know, it's not like I'm trying to hide something. Whatever. So, been worked up a little bit about this. I've tried to record about it and everything else. It is what it is. It's just, the world is so full of people trying to scam things. You know, I don't know what the deal is. Maybe the guy had a car accident. Now he's trying to blame it on me. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I don't really care. It's just bad. And I mean, it's just like just before, I was sitting there getting a load, and my phone rang. You know, it was some Wisconsin phone number. I picked up the phone number, and it's like, hey, this is Tom, you know, a pre-recorded thing or something like this. We're calling about your credit card and everything. Your credit card account is all good and everything, but we want to talk to you about lowering some interest. You know, they're not from my credit card company. You know, my credit card company would never call me with an automated phone number like this. And then showing some random phone number in Wisconsin. You know, it's just, you get this stuff all the time. Emails. I get so much of this stuff. And I know some of this stuff is because of YouTube. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on and stuff. I think that somebody who doesn't like me or something is like put my email into weird stuff or whatever. I get some crazy stuff. And I'm always getting things from saying, oh, we're from Yahoo and you have to update your account and stuff. Click on this link to update your... Okay, Yahoo's not going to have me click on a link. You know, it takes me to some other web page or something, you know. It's like, just everything is such a scam nowadays. It's unbelievable. I just don't know how to even talk about it. You know, it gets you just so worked up. I don't know. It's one of the main reasons why I want to, like, get some land up north, go out there and just kind of get away from civilization and, you know, have a bunch of land and stuff and just be peaceful. I don't know. It's just, it is what it is. But right now we are heading off to Denton, Texas. And I'm going to be running down here. Probably try to get on past St. Louis tonight. Get it on down there and shut her down for the night. And get up tomorrow and run the rest of it. So I'll catch you guys later. Well, guys, we are down here in Denton, Texas. I made her down here. About an hour before our appointment. And we're going to be going to Aldi's. It's going to be up here past this Peterbilt place on the right. It's kind of like a little dead-end road. I've been here a few times. Guess that guy didn't like me going 40 miles an hour and 35. And there's your Peterbilt plant. I've been down here before. I've actually parked right up here. Right behind this Target here, there's a where the exit is. It's on the back side, and there's a little road that comes out there, and all the trucks, they park right on the side of the road. I've parked there before. The place that I'm going to is Aldi's. You probably can't see because of the rain and everything, but the road right here on the left, there's this trucks now, all just bumper to bumper on the side of the road there. actually stayed up in Oklahoma. I just took off. I stopped this yesterday afternoon. I was running out of hours, and so I pulled over River 40, crosses over 69, and it's a Flying J there. And parked in there and shut her on down, and I actually sat there until I only had like 200 and some miles, like 210 miles ago. So I kind of timed it so that I would get here about an hour before my appointment. Didn't really see it necessary to come down here and then sit here and not be able to move the truck, you know, and having to deal with the logbook stuff. My next load, I'm going to be running to Dannon again over in downtown Fort Worth. And I have an ASAP load. So we know what that means. I guess this load is late. Kind of thinking this load is supposed to pick up like yesterday or something. Because it's actually delivering, I deliver like Sunday night. It's usually a long time. This run is usually like a 3-day thing, and he's got me delivering actually Sunday afternoon. So, I think I'll let you guys go. I hope everyone out there is having themselves a great day, great night. Watching this here video. If you are not, certainly get trying that all over again tomorrow. I'll catch you guys later. See ya.